Our next speaker is the founder and CEO of CannaVcell Sciences. It's a scientific research company that has a licensed proprietary technology for growing plant cells in bioreactors for cannabis purposes. So the company is actually completing research right now and development to adapt the technology to cannabis. For more, please welcome the founder and CEO, Dr. Zaki Rakib. Zaki? Oh, there we go.
Good morning, everyone. Well, thank you for taking the time, and I want to thank the organizers for inviting me. So I get the chance to shamelessly promote myself and promote our technology. So the name of the company is CannaVcell, and we are the new guy on the block. I am not so new on the block. And I have been part of actually a major revolution before, not in the cannabis space. When the internet was created, I did not invent it like Al Gore, but I was part of an integral part of the teams that made it happen. In fact, everyone who uses cable modem and connects through Rogers or Shaw to the high-speed internet over cable uses the technology I developed in the 90s. So I'm here to talk to you about the next revolution, not in the telecom space, but actually in the cannabis space. And some things happen because they are meant to happen. Some things happen as an accident. This is an amazing situation where a technology I was involved in developing over the last 10 years actually found an unbelievable space where it's extremely applicable. I call it a marriage made in heaven. So we are trading on the CSC under the symbol of CNVC, but, and as I said, we're the new guys on the block, but it's 10 years of development that we're leveraging in a company based in Israel, in the heart of the biotech, not too far from the Weizmann Institute in Rehovot. The first presenter was talking about the Israeli ecosystem. We're clearly part of it. We're actually inside that ecosystem. The company, the parent company, BioHarvest, who owns about 50% of the shares of CannaVcell, is a company that I'm also proud to have founded, be the CEO, executive chairman, but also a major investor where I put over $10 million of my own money after taxes. I'm not managing anyone else's money. So why am I talking about the need for revolution in cannabis? I think the panel before offered me an amazing pretext for that. The market growth is clearly, everyone here knows that any number would fit. Is it 50 billion? Is it 100? Is it $200 billion over the next 7, 8, or 10 years? I don't think it matters much. What matters, we are into the hyper growth in an area that is extremely exciting. But what is the problem? And as I said, I'm happy I just got that as a pretext in the previous presentation. So, and in the distinguished panel, supply lags demand. And there are reasons why supply lags demand. Efficiency, cost, intensive capital, yield issues, weather, quality, consistency, entourage effect, bioavailability, all of which are challenges, issues that need to be dealt with if this industry is to continue to mature and provide high quality, regulated, be it medicinal or recreational. And I don't believe recreational will have less constraints and will be less stringent in terms of quality and cleanliness, and especially when the US will regulate it on the federal basis. So I am here again to shamelessly say that we have a technology that would handle all those problems that I just mentioned. In fact, let me show you something. It's a show and tell. Give me a glass of water. So this technology started 10 years ago with a grape. We took the cells from one grape, not this particular grape, and we actually grew the cells hydroponically. So what I'm having here This 400 milligram of cell powder that's called Vinia is equivalent to 1,000 grapes or one entire bottle of excellent Bordeaux red wine, because actually the French red wine has a lot of polyphenols. Why am I drawing the equivalence? I'll explain why. Because it actually, for the health benefits of red wine or 1,000 grapes, it's not about the alcohol and it's not about the sugar. It actually is about the polyphenols. So there are active ingredients that are inside the grapes or the red wine that synergetically, in an entourage effect, they work to do a lot of great things for the cardiovascular system. That is how we started developing this technology. And in fact, commercially and at large scale, industrial large scale, we produce this product called Vinia. That is the mother company. So when cannabis came about a few years ago and we started looking at it, we said, once again, it's a marriage made in heaven. This is a little bit of a background about Vinia. A lot of research, clinical research, 10 years, regulated FDA, Japan, Israel, 10 patents, many of which are very relevant, especially the scale-up technology. That's where we got stuck for 7 years. Because building bioreactors and growing cells in bioreactors, some people can do it at low scale. Getting it to 1,000 or 2,000 liters so that we can call it biofarming, which is the technology of taking cells, microscopic cells, and grow them in a hydroponic way. One of the major advantages that it's in totally controlled environment. Totally aseptic. I said that we have the solution for a lot of the problems that were discussed. And why is that? Let me give you a quick look of the process, and then we're going to talk about the advantages and compare them to the disadvantages created by the conventional way of growing cannabis. So we take cells from various areas of the cannabis where we believe the active ingredients are. Once again, why growing the plant where all I need are the active ingredients? This is not an edible plant. So we take the cells, we isolate them, we create banks of cells, and we can do it with multiple strains, so we can have multiple families of cells. We can then mix those cells if we wanted to, creating a breeding of multiple strains. Then we go into those bioreactors that don't look that far. This is a sketch. They don't look that very different. These are disposable bioreactors. We collect mud. We only dry it. Of course, the secret sauces, along with the patents, are what happens in this process. But what we end up with is something similar to what I just showed you with Vinia, which is the powder. Oops. Just wanted to show you that how the powder looks. So cannabis powder. And this cannabis powder then can be used in multiple applications. The beauty of it, and when you compare it apple to dry bud, it's actually purer than dry bud. Because I don't carry anything. And not only do I not carry any contaminations because I don't have any soils and everything is aseptic, completely aseptic, totally controlled environment. Interesting enough, if this is 500 square meter, then, am I wrong? If this space, so we're looking at, for every 100 square meter, it's 1 ton per year. I was told that I need to rush. So here is the born superiority, the biofarming superiority. The biofarming compared to conventional farming, there's some numbers. We do 1.8 kilogram of dry bud if we compare it per square foot. To compare it to 30 grams or whatever number in indoor or in greenhouses. Look at the production cost, about $100 per kilogram. Capital, the amount of capital required is significantly less. Aseptic, total consistency, everything forever. So it's one grape, the genomics are maintained forever. All the powder that I have and all the tons that we produce contain the exact same genomics, the original structure, entourage effect, and in terms of the ability of the company to make further differentiation in terms of patent and so patentability. We can have multiple new differentiated compounds as well as part of the special processes we have. So in the form of powder, we plan to become a B2B company, and in the course of 2019, we will complete the adaptation of the technology and the existing factory into cannabis. By the way, we can build the factory anywhere in the world because you don't need land or anything like that. I need to say goodbye. And a seasoned team is very important. We have several PhDs that did extremely well. They're the same team that is adapting the technology for cannabis. And I think it's the best timing now to join the biofarming revolution. As I said, CannaVcell, and we trade on the CSE under CNVC. Thank you.